That being said, goddamn, this skin is really fucking fine. I just have to put it out there. Goddamn, this skin is really good. Her hair's all like extended long and shit too. It's so sick. Which also sets the precedent for different hairstyles in skins as well. I've seen actually fan art of Yinlin being like having a short hair. It'd be cool to have a short hair, but it's an entire skin. Or she just rolls her hair up into a bun or something for the summer. That'd be cool. Skins are going to get really nice here soon. I guarantee you skins are going to get really, 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 really nice here coming up. I'm really excited for it. But this is actually fire. This is amazing for her. I'm so excited to pull Changli, and if this skin comes out, oh my god. It could be $100 and I'll buy it. Straight up. It would sound stupid, but I don't know. I'll sell blood or something. Which, there was a Reddit thread I came across this morning for Wuthering Waves where somebody is selling their blood at $25-ish every 3 months to save up for Scar. And their math actually checks out to where if Scar comes out in the later patches of version 1, they will actually, within 8 months' time, just with the $25 getting the monthly subscription, will be able to full pity Scar even with 50-50 selling their blood, which is really funny. It is really funny concept, and I actually kind of like it, straight up. I work, so I don't need to sell my blood like that, but it's funny. It's a funny concept. Yeah, so this is Wuthering Waves Korean official channel, which I suppose I will be following now, because if they're posting new shit, I need to know that. I need to know all these things. Oh, this is a cool art too. No, I gotta keep up a little bit more on the news. I gotta build like a list, right? Yeah, I need to build a list, and it's just all Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero content that I can put on my home screen for my phone and just see every single new information every time it comes out. But yeah, no, this is actually gonna be sick. Now, I have another thing. Sell my sweat? No, God, no. Fuck. Ew. That is disgusting. No, so another thing that is happening soon here. Not happening soon. I'm sorry. Another thing I came across a little bit ago, actually, right before starting stream, perusing the Reddit threads, is this bullshit. Okay, this is dumb. He gets a metaphor cat out of each rock if he breaks them both at the same time. Proceeds to go and do it on these two as well. Gets a metaphor cat out of both. And proceeds to pretty much do it for the last ones as well. So I will be abusing this in the roguelike game mode when it comes out next, and I can actually be able to, you know, farm resources, because there's a very finite amount of resources in the moment. When the next roguelike mode comes out, and or I use Changli in it, I'm 100% doing this gimmicky ass shit. This is funny. And a load of crap. And there's not many characters that can actually do this efficiently. Jinshi may be the only one. Maybe. Okay, Yinlin with her forte charge doing her heavy attack can do it. Also, possibly, if you have an Impermanence Heron Echo skill and you wait until the landing part, the land might have big enough of a radius. There's options, right? But this is kind of a load of shit. A massive load of shit. Total bullshit that this works this way. And they're probably going to patch it out straight up, but it is stupid power creep. Stupid power creep. Also, I kind of want to test it. So I think that that's what we're going to go do right now. Just to see if it's real. I'll want to test it. I'm going to use Jinshi because I think that that's probably the only character I particularly own that can. And also Jinshi's super duper hella fun in this type of game mode. We're just going to do like the level 70 challenge, do a little quick and easy stuff. I need to see this happen though with my own eyes. Because this is just absolutely broken if that's the case. Basic attack for sure. Yep, get out of my way. And Metaphor Verena for the heals. And the Glacio points, which we obviously need. Blast them. Let's see. Crit rate, attack increase. Ooh, turn off outline. We're going to go ahead and get that crit effect. I think it's only going to take us 4 or 5 areas to get to where we need to go. The Memory of Dreaming. Let's see. Basic attack resonance skill. I gain Forte gauge. Yes, sir. That is what we want. Not Memory of Unknown. It's Memory of Dreams. My Jinshi's also drastically stronger than last time I'd played, but this is also the level 70 level, not level 90. So, to be fair. I'm not like as much stronger, but I'm considerably stronger than last time I had played. I've built my Jinshi pretty good. The weapon's higher level. She's higher level. Her skills are higher level. Everything's just rocking it. Jinshi's so fun in this game mode. This is literally why I got Jinshi. Is for this game mode. It's so great. Oh yeah, that one for sure. There's my damage output. Ooh, we'll take this just for the pips. Ah, can't hit me. I should have ulted first. Blast him. And blast him. And keep going. Okay, basic attack damage increased, and then we're gonna go ahead and go less base defense, more dream fragments, because why not? It's super easy. Super easy game. Another cat. We're gonna go ahead and take Yonwoo, because that's... His ult isn't so much what's beneficial, but it's alright. We'll take this, because that's nice as well. A little bit more damage output. We'll go back into training, and then there should be dreams after this. Yes, memory of dreaming right here. No, that is deathmatch. Shoot. Eventually, I hope there's memory of dreams at the in the level 70, because that'd be really funny if it's not till the level 80 or 90 stages. Let's see, sacrifice for sure. It is the literal best thing for Jinshi by a long shot. Take the attack increase. Seriously, no memory of dreams yet, huh? Unfortunately, it might not actually be in the level 70s, which would be kind of funny, but also kind of sucks. Kind of funny, but also kind of sucks. And then because I get that attack boost, boom. Not on a crit, still outdamaged. Just speedrunning real quick with Jinshi. Just go, neom. Must be a Memory of Dreams coming up here soon. Has to be. Still Memory of Unknown. We'll just do it. We'll just do it real quick. I know it's the person thing, but no Memory of Dreams. No Memory of Dreams. I might have just wasted time. Blast him. Neom. Sure, we need more blue. Lose all dream fragments, get 5 metaphors. I have so many dream fragments, that's insane. I now have well over double what I just had. Wow, this is easy. Yeah, wow, no. Okay, there actually was no Memory of Dreams in here. That's funny and also really sucks. Now we can just literally buy everything in here and it doesn't even hurt. So many dream fragments. Blast him. And then blast him. And then he dies, right? No crit, huh? Oh, and I get command grabbed. Nice. Just keep swinging. Just keep swinging. And then he dies. Now he dies for sure. Boom. I didn't even get to see the crit because it killed him so fast. Okay, no Memory of Dreaming, so we're not actually going to get to see if that's real or not. I don't know if I want to do another run through it. Figure I'll just do it when it's when I get Changli. Nope, that is chill. Okay. Well, next thing I wanted to talk about in that case is going to be the Tower of Adversity and how to clear it the best way possible. So let's go do that. Okay, right now we're going to talk about how to clear the Tower of Adversity the easiest way possible. Basically, depending on how many teams you have access to, how to allocate them across these different levels for maximum investment to outcome rate, basically. So I have two teams. I have Gion and I have Jinshi. Those are my two teams that are strong, right? Because of this, I don't have enough characters to clear all three of these sides. So what I do is, because Rover is just getting built anyways, I take Rover with two AoE groupers and I run the Rover team in the middle two teams. You go your DPS for the side plus sub DPS pretty much. Middle team, your DPS again. Okay, because this is 5 total for the DPS, 5 total for the middle team, which means you can take the middle team over here and do the exact same thing over here with your DPS teams on the first and last, allowing you then to take your DPS teams. You could do your, say, Gion team into this level, right? Using the last 5 energy, and your Jinshi team, say, into this level. The reason you would do it this way is so that Jinshi fights the monkey man who resists arrow, and Gion fights the one that resists electro, which a big part of Jinshi's team, for me at least, is Yinlin dealing damage off field, as well as charging Jinshi for her big burst damage, so I have consistent damage over time with big pops in between, right? Now, obviously, if you have 3 built teams, 3 built characters, you can just do this normally. You get electro damage bonus. Okay, Kalcharo Yinlin team all the way through. Spectro bonus. Jinshi Yuanwu Yinlin, Jinshi Yuanwu team all the way through. And in the middle, you can play whoever. Now, Gion would struggle here against this boss. You probably wouldn't be able to clear him with the Gion, honestly. Not as a free-to-play or Dolphin level. And you wouldn't be able to clear the Slendering Mephis, particularly with a Kalcharo Yinlin comp, because they resist us, right? Which is why you would have the third team. Either your third team is clearing both of these levels, or handling the middle stages so that your Kalcharo Yinlin team could fight this guy, and your Gion team or Jinshi team, whatever, can fight this guy. Right? You're trying to fight not into the boss of the same element, because they will resist that element 9 out of 10 times. Like, seriously, they will all resist your element. I don't think there's a boss that is an element that doesn't resist their own element. It doesn't make sense that they wouldn't, honestly. Now, you have one other option. This option is the option only for people who are either extremely lucky, dolphins, or whales, or tryhards. Danjin at S6 at least with an Emerald Genesis clears both of these stages on her own at level 80. I know for a fact, I've seen it happen. S6, decent investment echoes. They were on a 4-4-1-1-1 build as well. They can, Danjin alone can clear this if you're good at dodging the bosses. Rover together with Yang Yang, which means you cannot use the Emerald Genesis. That is true. That's why Yang Yang is on a Commando of Conviction, because she does not deal the damage in that team. She is there to ult, and ult alone. Because Rover is the damage. That's pretty much how I have to do it. But Danjin also is an option if you just want to actually Unga Bunga skill diff this entire middle side. You can do it with Danjin. It is possible. My Danjin isn't strong enough, even though she's S6 with an Emerald of Genesis. She's too low leveled, because every 10 levels you are under the boss gains defense effectively against you. The boss will resist more of the damage that you deal. So level 60s is going to have a hard time clearing these boss stages here on each side at level 90, as well as these level 100 middle stages. At level 60, there's no way. Bosses have, you could imagine it as an effective 50% defense, right? And it's going to go up by like 2% or so for every 10 levels. So at level 60, your characters are going to deal 10%, almost 10% less damage than they would have otherwise. And, you know, over the course of a big fight, that's a lot of damage. But it is actually more than just the percentage, because they also gain a flat rate as well. So it's just less and less and less damage the lower level you are. It's not even so much investment in your character as your level actually matters, because enemies that are higher level than you will tank shots better. So level your main DPSs. That's an important thing in the TOA. Level your main DPSs. Pick your 3, level them to 80, at least, if not 90. It'll make clearing this drastically easier. Trust me. Danjin can clear any one side or the hazard tower. However, this hazard tower is easier because it's just bosses, not so much mob enemies that could really just shoot you out of nowhere and get your 1 health away. This one being, you know, Junrocks and Bracers, Stonewall Bracer. Those are easy enemies to fight. They're bulky, but they're easy, right? So Danjin is an option. The final option for clearing the TOA as easy as possible is building your account in a way that allows you to utilize your resources better. Here's what I'm talking about. I have Jinchi, I have Gion, I have Kalcharo. What weapon do they all use? The Verdant Summit, because it is the one that I have, right? Eventually, Kalcharo might use the standard banner one because it's better on him. But for right now, they all use a Verdant Summit. They all share weapons. They all have their own distinct echo sets. My sub DPSs, Yinlin, Mortefi, and Yongyong all share the same echo sets, being a very strong Moonlit set that I have to get the Heron buff as well as the Moonlit buffs on Outro. My sword characters will also share the Emerald of Genesis, unless they are played together like my Rover and my Yongyong. And my supports, Verena and Baija, share not the Rectifier of Voyager, but the Variation, because it is just better and I don't need 2. So rank up your weapons. Do not care about having dupes. Rank your weapons up and share them, right? It takes a little bit of time to switch weapons and echoes back and forth, but it is worth it. As well as something that is very, very debated among the community, and it's been largely proven that 4-3-3-1-1 is better, but 4-4-1-1-1 is actually insane. This is something people are not particularly talking about, is it depends on the character, right? Gion, for example, 4-3-3-1-1 all day. You're doing boss echo, his weapon, arrow damage bonus, arrow or energy percent, and then 2 attack percentages, right? Same with Kalcharo. You're going to do the same exact thing with him because they are burst window characters. They are made to go into their ultimate or whatever their thing that gives them their burst window is and deal consistent multiple attacks of damage that hit really hard. You want the maximum consistent damage output on these characters. I want to say the maximum overall damage output, and then it's just like luck fishing for crits, right? But Kalcharo wants to have his high damage when he crits because he attacks a lot, so has more chances. Same with Gion, especially Gion. Gion is the number 1, right? He wants to crit, but he wants all the stats he needs to stay as consistent as possible to keep attacking as much as possible to be able to proc those strong crits with the arrow damage bonus and everything else. On the other hand, Jinchi does not care about spectral damage bonus honestly at all. My weapon gives 12%. Her signature weapon gives 56% skill damage bonus, which is additive with element bonuses. So I get 12% here. She gives herself 20% here. Her 5-piece echo set gives 10% and 30% after intro for 30 or 15 seconds. So it's 40, 50, 60, 72% spectro damage bonus. With a couple skill substats, we're looking at 100%, and that is fine by me. I do not need more. A lot of people with Jinchi will run a 4-3-3-1-1, whereas Jue, spectro damage bonus, attack percent with her dedicated weapon, which makes sense because 30, 60, 70, 80, 90 from her talent. She's at 90% there and 56% with her weapon. So she's at almost 150% damage bonus there with no subs. So you can survive with the attack percent increase, right? But for us who don't have her signature weapon, especially, or even for people who do, getting rid of the spectral damage bonus, you lose 60% spectral damage bonus for 22% more crit rate. And a easier echo to farm as well. So normally she had about 33% crit rate. She's now at 52.3%. She's not leveled up all the way yet. She's also missing her crit nodes, which is another 10% total once I get all four. So she's at an effective, should everything be plus 25 here, she's going to gain about another 4 more plus another 10. She'll gain another 14. She's about 66% crit rate. Once I max everything out, 233% crit damage, 72% spectral damage bonus, whatever her skill damage bonus is, with a lot of attack because she's getting a third attack percent echo. 4-4-1-1-1 on characters that have one instance of damage that needs to crit, has to crit, is broken. Okay? She starts with base 5, gains 10, that's 15. 2 echoes at 22% at plus 25 is going to be another 44 plus 15 is going to be 59%. On a low roll crit rate on every echo, which is about 6.9%, we'll round up to 7. It's 35 more percent on top of her 44 and her 15, that was 59, 69, 79, 89, 94% crit rate. If you roll crit subs, and if they're all 8% average, not 7%, you have 100% crit rate on a 4-4-1-1-1 build with higher attack stats than you would on a 4-3-3-1-1 with 2 elemental bonuses. And you will crit every hit. Obviously, then you want crit damage subs or a crit damage weapon, as I have. Critting matters more than the elemental bonuses for characters that have one attack that deal all the damage. You have plenty of elemental bonus. Your substats will get you skill percentage. You want to crit that hit because it is another multiplicative instance of doubling your damage on top of whatever your other buffs are. And if you have like a skill damage deepen from Tauchi or something, right? Even better for Jinchi. But you need that crit. You need the consistency. Jinchi is a character where if you are not critting her skill after her rotation, you just wasted a bunch of time to deal subpar damage. She wants to crit. She needs to crit to deal that 100,000 plus damage, If you don't, you're at 50,000, maybe less even. It is a big difference, and it is a big waste of time to not be critting. For how much of a marginal damage loss at a optimal standpoint, if you crit on a 4-3-3-1-1 build with 50% crit rate and more crit damage and more element stats, all this stuff, yes, it is more beneficial to play 4-3-3-1-1. But for overall consistency of the character, having 100% crit rate and your other substats being good enough to get you at least another bit of crit damage, your weapon maybe, etc., etc. If you have Jinchi's signature weapon, you run crit rate, crit damage echoes. Crit rate, crit damage. Realistically, your stats should look effectively like 200% crit damage with no crit damage substats and about 65 to 70% crit rate with no crit rate subs. You get the crit rate subs you need. You get the crit damage subs you want. And you are dealing very, very good damage, especially with her signature. Honestly, the best way to build her, in my opinion, is whether you have her signature weapon or not, 4-4-1-1-1, 100% crit rate. It is that important for characters like this. Building your main DPSs properly matters for clearing the TOA as quickly as possible. Jinchi, a cleave DPS, wants to crit every single hit because her skill is all of her damage and it's in one burst. And then she has to rotate out and do her whole rotation again, which is a waste of time if you're not critting. Havoc Rover, very similar thing. Havoc Rover, their ult is their main damage output. Also, their Echo, the Dreamless, is pretty nice. And you want to crit those. You want to crit her ult, for sure. For sure, her ult. To hit 100,000 damage, you want to crit her ult. You have to crit her ult. So, you run Dreamless Crownless, crit rate, or crit rate, crit damage for me, because I have the Emerald of Genesis on her, which is a crit rate scaling weapon. Another character, Sanhua, right? Although you cannot do it with Sanhua currently with the Glacio set, you can with the Moonlit set. A Bellborn Geoshalone and a Heron, because she wants to crit. Not only that, with sequences, her crit damage skyrockets off of her ice creations more. She also gives herself even more crit rate after a basic attack 5, which you can factor in, right? Maybe you don't have to run double crit rate. Crit rate, crit damage with a crit rate weapon, and maybe you can get away with less subs, so you get another 15% after basic attack 5, right? You absolutely want to, on burst DPSs, have 100% crit rate. Taoshi, same thing. With sequences, she gains 20% crit rate, crit damage, so her ult is 70% crit rate. Ideally, this would be 100%. I have her on Moonlit set. I could throw a Heron on her, get rid of the Havoc damage buffs, run more defense percent, which is not inherently a bad deal for her either as a support. But now she's critting every single time she does her big slash. Not that she's a DPS, not that it matters as much for her, but if you are building her for damage, you want her to crit. Chishia is kind of middling, and you can't do it with her because there's no other fusion boss. But you like it when she crits. She has auto crits at S1 with her Boom Boom, right? It is nice when she crits. Burst, Cleave-esque characters want to crit every time. Encore does not care. She can't anyways, but she does not care. Danjin does not care as much. However, I do just want to say many Danjin players I've seen run 44111 on her because S1 through 6 gives so many buffs, Havoc damage buffs, all these stats, right? That you do not need to play 43311. 44111 with S6 is higher damage output because there's less diminishing returns and you're critting every time. So depending on the character, build 44111. It's cheaper, it's easier to build, and it will clear content quicker in the TOA. And that is what I was doing. The final thing I'm going to leave you off on for how to clear the TOA the easiest is that you can reset these stages. It doesn't get rid of your loot because it's based on highest record points cleared. But if you want to redo it with a different team, if you want to change around, like maybe you didn't want Gion on this side, so you want to get rid of it, you just reset down to this. Or just this, honestly. You can probably just do it with just this. Yeah, reset just this. Keep these. Reset just this. You don't want Gion here. You fucked up. You accidentally did this. Maybe you just wanted the Astrites real quick that you were missing to do a pull, and now you have his weapon, and now it's like, oh, he can clear better stuff now. Reset this. Take him off. Clear the stages you need to. You can try and try and try in the TOA. Unlike certain other games where you would be stuck on one side with one team and another side with another team. In this, you can both share gear between the teams that aren't actively on the field, which is amazing, as well as you can reset and try again, different teams, different comps, different styles to try to min-max your way to clearing both sides and eventually this hazard tower. But I'm going to leave it at that. Straight up, if you want to clear the TOA the quickest possible, build Danjin. She's stupid. At level 80, she clears the middle on her own. Get good, build Danjin, get sequences, get gear, 44111 build, max crit rate, lots of crit damage, all the things. Go nuts. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.